Guns. They kill people. And I will get shot by many guns today. Hello. Truck saved us from the Ubu clip. Good job, Truck. See, there's always a way out from any situation. You get an Ubu clip, you get hit by a truck, saves you from the cringe. And really, getting hit by a truck saves you from any cringe in the world ever. So, you know what you do next time. No, you don't do that. Twitch, don't do that. Don't get hit by a truck. just as a disclaimer, you know, you don't know what these kids will do. You don't know. You shouldn't get hit by a truck. Why is there Oh, okay. I looked at my OBS and there was like a dark spot on it, and I thought that was like a splotch on my screen, but that's just a UI element. It's like a scroll bar, a corner, and it looks like a splotch. Weird. In Minecraft, yes. Go get hit by a truck in Minecraft. Go jump off a cliff in Minecraft. When you cringe, go to hell in Minecraft. Yes. Simply do that, yes. I hope you get murdered by a skeleton in Minecraft. Hello. Hello, everybody. It's me. Hi, Shalon. Hello, Minnie. Hi. I'm awake. The heat isn't killing me or anything. When you cringe, go to hell in Minecraft. Yes. It will help. Yes. Look at Mira as well. She's not enjoying the heat either. Oh, she heard me say her name. She's like, oh, hey. Yeah, there's food in there. Yeah, Mira. Eat it. Yum, yum, yum. Mira. Archie's splooted on the cool floor as well. Nobody's enjoying the heat right now at all. I'm mostly recovering from the cold. My head is kind of still wonky, but I think that might just be more from the heat now than anything. Like, okay, the cold's gone away, but then now I can't rest properly because it's too damn hot. Yes. Also watched Mortal Kombat Annihilation yesterday, and that doesn't help anything. Don't ask me why I did it, but I did it, and it was terrible. But it did inspire me to make the most awful CGI possible. It's good inspiration for janky 90s CGI graphics. That's, if I can learn some more Blender, I could probably replicate. Why? Why not? Hey, the first Mortal Kombat movie is good? Question mark? I like it. I like the first Mortal Kombat movie. Annihilation, though, is I think it's got enough so bad it's good quality shoot that it's good to laugh at least. The CGI in that movie is so bad, it's actually comical. You can see the green screen shine through the characters, like half the time there's a green screen. Things regularly pop in and pop out of the scene before they move behind something. It's great. It's wonderful. And it's terrible at the same time. Don't watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It's bad. But also watch it because it's bad. This is why you don't make video game adaptations of anything, really. Because that's how it turns out. Especially not things like Mortal Kombat, which barely even had a plot up until, like, who knows which game. Back when the plot was like a blurb in the manual. But anyway, today is a day for playing video games again, like every day is. And we're playing some Contra. It's for the NES. The NES version of the first Contra game. I'm playing it on the Switch because obviously I don't have... Why Hang Hill? Because why not Hang Hill? But, so Contra, I think originally it came out on the arcades, right? It has an arcade version. But that's not the one I played when I was little on my bootleg. Well, not my bootleg, friend's bootleg NES. Because I didn't have one of those bootleg NESs. I had the Sega. But, yeah, that's the one I played when I was little, and that's the one I'll play today. Yeehaw! And I reckon that's the one most people played, huh? I don't think I've ever seen anybody play the arcade version of Contra before. Anyway, let's swap over and get my butt whoopified by this video game here. Look at this. So, oh my hello controller. Are you like functioning? You are? Okay, game reset. Please function. Okay, thank you. Is it functioning? One player. Yeah, it is in this it isn't in this actual collection. Hold on, let me game reset. Let me show you. It's in this collection here. Even. See, it's Contra 1987. It came out the year previous to the actual Contra. Well, let me show you what it looks like real fast before I play the actual game. Oh ho ho ho! Look at that. It's somewhat, well, nicer looking as arcade games went. Lance and Bill. It's somewhat nicer looking as games were in the arcades back in the day. See, this is what it looks like. Honestly, I think I prefer the look of the NES version to this. Because, like, okay, the sprites are higher resolution, the sounds are nicer and all, but it's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly, so I don't know. And it's Bimmy and Jimmy. It's the two indistinguishable dudes in the run and gun shooter games. It's a classic. And look at these dudes. This is the good stuff. Stage 1, jungle. It's the jungle, baby. Pew pew pew. All right. So I fully expect to like get my ass destroyed here. Wait, what's an R again? Oh, I think that's rapid. Yeah, that's faster shooting. So I never understood why Contra, like, in Contra you get weapons from like footballs for some reason, American footballs. They float past the sky, and you shoot them, and weapons fall out. Hold on, let me reset. let's get into the groove of things real fast. I have never beaten this game before. Like so look at this. It just looks nicer somehow than the arcade version, doesn't it? It just looks simpler, but the simpleness of it lends well to itself because they didn't really make good use of the higher resolution assets with the arcade version somehow. Also, it's not vertical. This is actually 4x3 and not whatever the hell the arcade version ran on. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to grab that spread gun. The palette has better contrast too, yeah, because like the arcade version looks kind of washed out, doesn't it? Ah, come on. So, unlike Contra Hardcore, I've never actually beaten this, so this is gonna be an experience. I can't imagine now. This flamer sucks. I've only, like, how far did I get when I was a little kid? I got nowhere in this, I don't think. I mean, partly probably because I never actually owned this game. I played this at like friends' houses and like, you know, like cousins and whatnot. Oh no, spreader. Okay. Oh crap. Oh crap. But I don't really. I'm not super familiar with this game. It doesn't have all those crazy like different characters and multiple routes and whatnot. Ah crap. Okay. I don't want to get rid of the spreader. That's like the only viable gun in this entire game. But it is nice. Yeah, see, this is a good example of why high resolution assets doesn't necessarily mean the game looks nicer, huh? Oh, come on. No! Whoa. Also, like, half the bosses in this game are just walls. And you stand there and shoot them and they can't really reach you. Wait. Also, notice how when the enemy shoots projectiles, I shoot less projectiles due to the incredible power of the NES and it being unable to actually render projectiles. This is great, isn't it? Sprite limits, whoop whoop, is great, isn't it? I'm not sure the Konami code works on the Switch version or not, but I'm not gonna use it. Well, also this looked so impressive back in the day. Look at it, look at it. It's like it's 3D. Oh my god. But yeah, every level in the game pretty much, it starts out, you go sideways and then you go up in these tunnels. Wow. In these corridors. And then you fight a different wall boss. Cause how better to display a large boss monster than to make him just the scenery, right? Because rendering a large sprite would have been really difficult on the NES, I suppose, and that's why they just made them like a wall and stuff. But it does look neat. Okay, so I think here I don't even have to really care about like shooting those side turrets. If I just shoot the... If I just make sure to not get hit... well, I should be able to just blast the middle here. I've only have minimal recent experience with this game. Like from this Contra collection. But most of my time playing it was like from a billion years ago. You know what, let's... Why can't I navigate in these menus? Why can't I navigate in these menus? My D-pad doesn't do anything. Weird. That's really strange. Hold on, controls. Huh. Maybe select? Oh, that is a good suggestion, yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is so old. You can't do that with a D-pad. Although I think Castlevania did let you do that, but... Actually, no, Castlevania barely even had menus, didn't it? I suppose when you only have two options, you don't really need anything other than select, huh? I have never ever been able to cross that bridge without falling down. The timing is basically frame perfect. You have to do it exactly. Otherwise, you can't jump over there. Oh no. Whoa. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. I'm gonna have to grab the flamer, aren't I? This is... Why couldn't they do the thing where it just despawns like every other game from the era? Like, come on. I have to remember to not shoot that second drop. Whatever you call it. The second item thingy. Because this gives me a flamer, it screws me over. Pew 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 pew. How's the audio? By the way, whoop. It seems kind of loud, so let me turn it down for you, because it seems like it's matching my volume kind of closely. Mira! What the fuck was that? Mira! Huh. That was a loud yelp. Huh? What's huh? Oh. Game volume is alright. Okay, I lowered it now a little bit. Because it was just about the same as my voice. Ciao. Oh my god, I've done it! Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my god. This is a day of achievements. And success. And am I gonna get my ass kicked immediately afterwards, I'm sure. Pew 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 pew. Oh. See, there you go. As soon as I get success, the helpless confusion that made us suddenly yelping. Yeah, what was that? That was not the yelp I've heard before. That was a different kind of yelp from all our other yelps. What you doing, Mira? What? Oh no, okay. Whoa! I almost... Okay. I would have liked that tower, but it's fine. Yeah. So I can either switch to like turbo button and blast like a maniac, or I can keep mashing the button to shoot, which I suppose is the more authentic experience, because like most people would not have had like the controllers or the turbo buttons, huh? I can't imagine this game was made to be played with a turbo button that just like shoots fast. More modern Contra games let you just kind of hold down the button to shoot. Machine gun also shoots when you hold down. I suppose that's the benefit of it. Oh. Maybe it's not as frame perfect as I thought it was. I say it as I immediately fail. Crap. Ah. Well, it's still not as frame perfect because I could never do anything frame perfect, I'm sure. It's just that it's not as tight. It's still pretty tight though, that jump. Uh-huh. Oh. You gotta really watch out for those tiny projectiles though. Okay, that one is a bit... The second bridge is a bit tighter than the first one. Okay. Oh, okay. They're not the most readable things in the world. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But yeah, this game has a more modern feeling jumping mechanic than Castlevania did as well, where you actually can jump and maneuver in the air a little bit instead of just kind of jump whichever direction you choose and that's what you committed to. So it's a little bit less miserable. Oh, come on. No! Blech. Gonna take a little while to get into the groove of things, though. Konami! Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Oh, cut. Alright, let's just keep going. Let's keep going as far as we can. It'll help me to get better if I go to the harder levels without restarting. That's the way it goes. Oh. Spread them. If you die, I'm gonna kill you. That's me talking to myself. You die. Is that a threat, Mini? You're like, you better not die in Contra. I hate people who die in Contra. Whoa. I hate. Ah, man. Pew, 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 pew. Ow. Well, if I'm gonna die, this surely might as well restart the entire game, huh? You lose, you learn, you start over, and you get better. Except when you don't learn, but they know. It applies most of the time. Oh, cool. And you should not use the analog stick at all. My default finger position is for the analog stick, and that's not right, is it? They did not have anal logs back in the day. Everyone was very constipated. Unauthentic, no. And everybody knows I only play on authentic hardware. I mean, if I had enough money, I would probably do a play on authentic hardware. I just like buy all the things. And get all the retro consoles. Like the PlayStation 4. Hey, it came out over 10 years ago. It's retro, right? Or the PS3. I would get everything and play only on legit hardware, and I get CRT screens, and I get many more screens in general. Oh. PlayStation 1 is not right to use, and you roast into the style guys to do continue saying it. Yeah. Hello, Paco. How you doing? How you doing? Yes. Yes, PlayStation 1 is still new, right? It only came out 10 years ago. The 90s were 10 years ago. Shut up. But yeah, AVGN has a cool collection, yeah. And I can't imagine he's got even like the largest collection. He's just got a really big one, but there's people with like bigger collections even. But yeah, his one is pretty impressive, yeah. What? Ooh. The man cave, I think it's a basement, yeah, he's had multiple basements over the years, I'm pretty sure. Like, he's moved a couple of times, I believe, probably. But yeah, I think you can actually see like windows in his cave sometimes, and they are basement windows. You can kind of see them on the ceilings. It definitely is a basement. I'm sure he makes a fair bit of money from his YouTube and stuff, but I don't think it's have a whole room that's not the basement in your house dedicated to your video game collection kind of money. Cause I feel like that's a fair bit of money you need. Oh, I have an extra life from somewhere. Huh. Maybe I gained enough points. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Oh oh. Pew 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 pew. Oh oh. No, don't shoot me. Oh my god. Oh crap. No! It's hard to see these gray projectiles on these gray walls. But otherwise it's a cool effect. Oh. Alright, let's find some walls. That shoot balls. Ball walls. Pew 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 pew. Oh, and then another ball appears. That shoots more balls. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh. Bullet hells. Oh, okay, you can shoot those. Oh. That makes sense, but still. No. Okay. Oh, oh. Okay. Okay. Alright, doing okay. I would like a spread gun though, so I can at least not have to aim. Yeah, you say that, but I currently live in the same place I lived in 20 years ago. So, I mean, I've lived elsewhere in the intervening years, but I've returned to the same place. So, you know, you don't have to move in 20 years. But then I have a fairly nice place and I don't need much space, so you know, maybe that's why. Wow. Vicky. Hello. Oh no, there's a confrontation. Kiki. Enter. She was entering through the door. Real hardware is overrated for playing switching cards random failed because of all those square controllers not designed human hand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I just like the idea of it, you know. It's just the crust of it. It's an experience, you know. It being not great is like sometimes the good part there, you know. The janky slowdowns of the crappy hardware, the whole shebang, the blowing on the cartridges, whatnot. What's a B? I picked up a B and I don't know what it is. Oh. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. It's been a lot of years, yeah. Like, well, he started with like Simon's Quest, right? Which came out when? 1987 or something? Making it like 17 years old or so when it came out. When he made his first video. Which means that he could like make a video on like Crysis or something these days and it would be just as old as Simon Quest was. Or like Gears of War or Call of Duty 4. Or Halo 3. Why is there like a diver hiding in the waterfall? What is that? Doesn't make any sense. Just hanging out there. Yeah. They do look cool physical there, yeah. Also, just the feeling of clunking in a clunky cartridge into the console is nice. Like you just kind of jam it in there. Oh, I like this laser. If you press too many times, it can't actually render multiple lasers, so you don't actually shoot anything. That's cool. No. See, that's what I mean. It's like, okay, you can have a Nintendo Mini or a classic, but it's not the same, is it? It's just not the same. Oh, B. Maybe that's like invulnerability. Because I'm flashing red. Or am I flashing blue? Now I don't remember which my original color was. B for bonus? I don't know. I'm sure the manual would have included, descriptions of what. Oh god. Well, that's rude, just spawning me on the side there where there's a pit. Spread him. Spread gun, the only viable weapon. Does Ricochet have a real NES even if it doesn't work? Huh. I mean, I suppose you could pretend, yeah. You clunk a cartridge into a non-functional NES, and then you just run the game on the Raspberry Pi. So you get the feeling of it, but you don't have to deal with the old janky hardware from 4 decades ago. God. Super Mario Bros. Is 40 years old. God damn. That's quite the age for a video game, isn't it? Oh, look at this guy. Look at him wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And the Raspberry Pi is hidden in the NES stand. Yeah, sure. Just have like enough of the NES remaining inside the casing that you can actually put in the cartridge, and that's it, right? Ow, crap. I don't remember how many continues I have. Probably like 3. I mean, yeah, the NES is pretty clunky compared to a Raspberry Pi. So, I suppose it wouldn't be too hard to do. It is a fairly chunky box, isn't it? Okay, I have to remember that I don't actually need to kill everything. Shocking as that may be. I can just go sometimes. Because sometimes I try to kill these stupid turrets and I get myself killed because of it. Oh. Am I really remurding for no reason? Yes, but also... I want to play the new game from the Cruelty Squad guy that he's making. Seems cool. I don't remember what it's called, but he's making a new game. I've seen that on Twitter before. There's actually a whole bunch of games coming out in September that I want to play. Like a bunch of games that I've had wishlisted for ages. Horror games and stuff. And maybe I should grab them for October. Like a game called Hollow Body, and there's one called Mouthwashing, and there's Conscript came out a little while ago, but I should play that as well. It's been getting pretty good reception. Well, that's just rude. They made these orbs look the same as the previous boss's orbs, but they're not destructible like the previous boss's orbs. Ow. Psycho Patrol R, that's the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one looks neat. Yeah. I wonder if I should hold off on like buying horror games for Halloween just because there's bound to be sales. But then some of these games are so new that they probably won't get anything significant. So, well, that sprite overlapped with me and it didn't kill me. I wonder where their hitboxes are. Whoa, ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty old, isn't it? But I'm sure there's plenty of functional NESs you can still buy off of eBay or something. Like, there's plenty of tinkerers for that kind of stuff, right? That you can just... that you can just contact. Because I'm not very electronically inclined. The most I've done is like solder like a connection on a wire to my headphones. And that's it. I suppose I could replace like a capacitor or something. But that's about it. Yeah, I don't suppose it would be too complicated. Wait, it's the anti-piracy one. Oh, so it's like, you can't play these games because the chip is broken. It's maybe they made it intentional. They're like, we can't have people playing games 40 years from now. If they can play our old games, how will they buy the new ones? Let's make it jank out after 4 decades. That is my Nintendo conspiracy theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. My god. This stupid thing shoots faster than I can like pop up to shoot it myself. Maybe I can get a spread gun from here though. Yeah. Yo. That's the good stuff. Chicka chicka chicka. Oh, ooh. That is not the good stuff. I just... Okay, so it seems I have like 5 continues, so that's not too bad. The planned obsolescence spans like a decade and not like a year. Well, not like these days, I suppose, huh? Yeah. It's inflation of time. Time has less value now. Oh no, come on. No. Ooh. Football. Okay. Close. I don't want to get the fire thrower. My god. Boom. Boom. Falling down here is the worst thing, because then you have to deal with this stupid turret. Cutting the pin that says this game cannot be played. Oh, that sounds pretty simple, huh? At least it's easy to solve. Oh, uro, uro. This game can now be played. Don't tell me what to do. I will play that video game. Wait, is the chip on the cartridge or is it on the system itself? Because I suppose that's how all those unlicensed cartridges did it. Or did they have like a bypass chip or something in them? On the system itself, okay. Hmm. Bwap, brap. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I have no idea about circuits or electronics or programming or none of that. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. None of that. None my business. Mm-hmm. Stage 2, base 1. Mm-hmm. Hmm. If yeah, that's the problem with copy protection, huh? They don't really think about it in the long term. Even modern days. Like, sure, they didn't probably plan for it to, like, the actual chip to go bad, but like, that's how it goes. Like, just like with modern copy protection that relies on servers and stuff. The servers go down and boom, you can't play it. Mm-hmm. If you use a Game Genie... Okay, the engine works, huh? Maybe it modifies the memory in such a way that it's... I don't know. it bypasses the copy protection, I don't know. I know the Game Genie, I think it worked by just straight up modifying the memory. Right? It's like you input a code and it changes like some value in the memory and suddenly you got a completely different thing going. It's like a trainer. Ow. Okay, let's not restart. Let's just keep going. I gotta get out of the habit of restarting every time I fail. Also, the big guy doesn't spawn until I blow up those glowy ones that don't shoot. So taking care of these shooty ones first seems like a better idea. At least as best as I can. We're learning strats, baby! Strats, I say. Yeah. Game Genie was magic. Yeah, you put in the thing and it makes the game good. I mean, that's like probably how a lot of kids were able to actually play through all those difficult games, huh? Cause it's like how is the kid supposed to beat Ninja Gaiden or something? Obviously by playing like 50 times over, but still. Sometimes you just wanted to goof around. Whoa. I don't know if I like the laser more than I like the flamer. Which is saying something because I don't like the flamer at all. I suppose it's more powerful. But also, it's harder to aim because it only goes forwards. Oh. Goddamn. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh. It's kind of funny how, okay, that is the vulnerability. How a lot of these enemies just kind of don't attack you, just kind of run. Makes me feel like I'm shooting civilians or something. Just like the janitorial staff of this evil bad guy base. And I'm running around blasting them with a laser cannon. Oh no! First, continue getting this far is better than last time, which we're making some progress, you know. Ow! Only a little bit further than last time, though. Not too much. Could be better. Don't even get guns. They just get, like, surplus American football body armor. From what it seems like to me. It's always looked like that to me for some reason. L. Take the L. Oh. That stupid turret is annoying as hell, dude. I'm just gonna nod. Oh, come on. Why'd you have to put the bonus up there? Yeah, I just gonna leave. They just get shot. That's their job. They absorb the bullets. They distract me from like the real threats. That's their job. Oh. God, that is just the most rude respawn ever. Like, they know you're gonna go straight forwards after you respawn, so they put the respawn where you're gonna fall down if you go straight forwards. I don't want the machine gun. Come on. Imagine the briefing. See that shirtless guy with machine gun and whatnot? You're going to run straight at him and pray he's aiming elsewhere. But we will be praying that they're aiming at you instead. This is how they do downsizing. They just send out all the underperforming goons to, like, to the slaughter. I'm sorry you're being let go. Now run across the jungle. We don't have transport for you out of the secret base in this jungle, so you're gonna have to find your own way out. Oh no! Now. Hey. Give me some weapons. Come on. Come on. Oh. Unless you find your way back and don't die. It's trial by fire. Trial by gunfire. Oh, only the guys who don't lose against this hero dude will be good enough to be henchmen. Ow. Big stretch. I don't actually know how many stages this game has. I know there's, like, let's see, I think I remember there being like a boss that's like there's a dude that charges at you and there's like a tank. Henchman, not benchman. That's a good one. Prove your worth. A single shot slow gun. Well, you know, it works. Here's some M1 Garens. Blink, blink. Here's a Mosin Nagants for you. Go fight this guy with a laser cannon. Oh, come on. Those guys there, they seem to be immune to my gunshots or something. Oh, not really, but they seem to be very hard to hit, at least. Ah, crap. God. Ow! Okay, I won't try to shoot the wall thing. I suppose I'll just line down and shoot the balls. Oh. That's the thing I like about a lot of these, like, older games, that they had different, like, gameplay modes in the same game. It's not just a side-scroller oftentimes, like, some of them have, like, a vehicle segment where you're a tank instead, and it's like a top-down shooter, and then you go back to side-scrolling and stuff, or you go in the plane and stuff. Or whatnot. I feel like games don't do that as often these days. Or like this segment here. If Alright. Probably boss time. Oh, it's another one of these. And there's dudes now. Whoa. Oh, I got another life. Nice. Extra life. So these guys seem fairly harmless. Ow. Those don't seem harmless, though. No. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so the soldiers stop coming out. Once you kill the wall. And the actual boss spawns out. Alright. Nice. Oh! Oh. Ow. I really gotta not lose any lives in this bit. Speaking of variety, if we wait some hours, we can ask certain someone how happy she had that after game mastering suck tactics, the final battle gives you a sword. Wait, what? You mean Kirby and Minnie? That thing? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, now I'm gathering what you're saying. Yeah, how it teaches you to play the game the entire time, and then the final battle is different, huh? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Gotta love it when that happens. So hey, you don't need anything you learned. So we're both suffering today, Minnie. With these old games. Old games suffering together. We gonna suffer like no one ever. Oh crap. Oh well, laser's fine, I suppose. Retro suffering. Trauma, now in 8 bits. 8-bit trauma sounds like a good YouTuber channel name. So, how about that Minecraft movie? Anybody seen that trailer? It looks awful. It looks awful. Like, why'd they do it? Why would they do it? Metal Chiptune artist name. That's Metal Chiptune sounds awesome. But yeah, I could. It could be either like Metal Chiptunes or like really, or like pixel art that's like really dark, or terrible old games. But that's like a bit of a saturated niche, isn't it? That thing. Terrible old games. It looks horrendous, yeah. That whole movie looks like those really high resolution texture packs that look awful. And Jack Black really doesn't look like he's good for that movie at all. Why'd they put Steve in that game in that movie anyway? He's not even a character. He's just like a avatar. And in typical Jack Black fashion, he doesn't actually act. He just Jack Blacks. And so it doesn't seem like he's gonna do good in that. It looks. I mean, all the kids are gonna see that game. That game. I keep saying game. That movie's gonna make millions. It's gonna make a lot of money, I'm sure. But it looks like it sucks ass. Also, what I don't understand is how, like... Okay, so... Minecraft is like this chill, relax, zone out, turn your brain off, non-game kinda, right? Like, it's just there's like nothing happening, right? But then, like... all the Microsoft's marketing and stuff, and like all the like spin-off games, they're like, ooh, grand adventures, evil villains, fight, battles. It's like, that's not anything at all like actual Minecraft, is it? It's like, it's like, ooh, lore, there's lore now. I'm like, no. No. Because make your own adventure only works if you have actual fantasy. Clearly. I feel like it would have worked as like a series or something, instead of like a CGI series on TV or something, and not a movie. Yeah, kids don't really have much imagination these days, especially not with AI. Ugh. Not with AI generation everywhere these days. That's just gonna get worse. Or also when you just have so much content at your fingertips from your very childhood, I feel like it kinda hinders your ability to imagine as well, because you don't have to. Like what did kids do back in the day when they didn't have anything? They'd sit around imagining stuff. Cause like your TV was like only showing stuff you care about like an hour a day, and then maybe you had video games and stuff, but I don't know. This is my cranky old man coming out. The gosh darn kids and their TikToks. Ow, crap. No, my spreader gun. Ow. Alright, let's just keep going. No, it's not. Like, this doesn't seem... Like, they got... Certified old man rant moment. Yeah, well, that's just how it goes with these. Look... Minecraft has no place being whatever they're trying to sell it as. I feel like... I don't like all the mods that make Minecraft overly complicated, and I don't like all the weird high adventure stuff they try to sell it as. And that's... no. You gotta chillax or something. The kids cannot comprehend the idea of relaxing, and thus it has to be adventure, you know? Like, why would you even put Steve in that movie? Cause, like, I just said it earlier, but like, why not make a new character? That's because Steve's the mascot, right? Steve's the guy on the cover, so you get Steve as the mascot, despite the fact he doesn't actually have any personality. And they got Jack Black, who isn't really somebody who wants to play anybody with no personality. Nor does he look anything like Steve. So, like, I feel like Steve should just be this guy that just never speaks. Just completely blank-faced dude. This kind of hangs around and does stuff. Okay, like, you have the entire movie, right? And there's just, in the background, while the adventure's happening, in the background, always, there's just Steve. He's always there doing some random Minecraft nonsense. But, like, nobody ever acknowledges him. He's just there. Doing increasingly more grandiose buildings and stuff, or whatever. Digging big holes. Punching a tree. I don't know. The worst extra. Oh yeah, that one. That guy. Find him and fire him. That's one of the classics, along with Robo Dog. Oh, come on. Okay. Robo Dog. Fetch. Bark. Bark. Yes. Thank you for filling in for me, because I'm in my no profanity arc. I feel like I'm doing good enough now that I almost don't need to punish myself for it anymore. I have trained myself to not swear, at least in streams. Wow. If only other things were easy to train, huh? Like, good habits. And stuff. This old dog still has some tricks left in him or something. Now I'm going to ride my bike everywhere. I mean, if you can't present yourself as hip and environmentally friendly with a bicycle at college, like, why do you even go to college, right? Might as well just quit. I like how this evil bad guy base, oh crap, has like an indestructible cover on their weak point, but they open it just so they're nice to me. Or something. It's like, that wouldn't be fair, you know? We're evil bad guys, but we have standards here. Pew 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 pew. I don't like how the sound effects for hitting weak points on things sounds a whole lot like the sound effect of hitting strong points in other games where it plinks off of the enemy. It was plink plink plink. We need to show them, you know? Yeah. What did we spend all this money on the lighting for? On these LED lights, if not for showing the weak points to the guy, you know? It's being wasted behind that cover. Ow, crap. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. What? Wow. Terrible starts. As I know I shouldn't be restarting all the time, but like, if I'm gonna die in the first level, like, why not, right? Might as well. Don't want to lose my continues so early. I'm gonna get my ass whooped real bad later on, though. Like, if I'm having this much trouble already. Oh, crap. But I think I'm probably doing better than I was when I played hardcore after, like, not playing it for decades. I think I probably died more in that one than even now. Ooh. I don't know if getting multiple R's is actually better than just having one, but I want to grab it anyway. Oh crap. Okay. I like the single dude that pops out of this fortress to shoot at me. It's like, what are you gonna do? They don't even respawn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pew 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 pew. Ba-da-da-da. I'm also but just a dude, but I respawn when I die. To a degree. You know? Also, at least I have a gun. As we established, they most of the time do not. Or if they do, they can't aim. Really, they just shoot like kind of forwards. Like, look at that guy. He was so careful to shoot me, but he died before he could even fire off a shot. Poor guy, he was trying so hard. I would have got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. How does one even end up an evil henchman? Like, do you just sign up as a at the job office? Bad guys needed. Mooks, expendable goons for conquering the world and destroying humanity. Did they do it out of admiration of evil destruction plans? Are they slaves? Nondescript PMC Ltd is hiring. Yes. Enlisted, drafted? Could be. Evil dictator guy drafted all these guys. That's possible, I suppose. But I don't think usually these are countries that we're fighting. It's just like some bad guy organization. Pew 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 pew. Maybe they don't realize it. Could be they're just like They point the gun at us, and we shoot them. We don't know why they point the gun at us. The good guys, you know. Oh, boss tells us to run at a guy with a gun. We ask how fast. They're just ignorant of the true goals of this organization. Or they don't care. They're like, gotta put food on the table somehow, right? Working for the benefit of mankind is nice and all, but it doesn't pay well. How? Yeah, this guy's a communist. He's destroying capitalism, and they're just protecting it. Company property is important. It's bad for the investors if property that gets destroyed. This is expensive equipment, you know. Is pew 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 pew. Like, do you imagine how much a alien head with tentacles costs should build? That shoots like fireballs. That's more than anybody can make in a year. Like, the entire workforce probably doesn't make that much. Brrr. Alright, stage 4, base 2. Bzz. Pew 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 pew. I guess I'm kinda stuck with my basic weapon here, which is kinda bad. But at least I'm on full continues, I think. And as long as I don't mess up egregiously, I can get here fairly consistently, I'd say. And I don't restart. Hey, flamer. I'll take that. Like that. That's a mess up. That is fine. Zangiefs, you get paid, guys. Well, maybe these guys get paid than being allowed to live. Life is a gift, after all. It's a benefit. But then again, isn't that every job? They pay you in money that allows you to live. Allowed to live if they die, yeah, you'll be free in the afterlife. Oh crap. I keep pressing up and running into the stupid wall. Crap. The depth perception for those rollies on the ground isn't the best. Like, it's hard to see when it's actually like safe should you land. Crap. What? Bzz. Yeah, it's like my life. You can keep it. Don't want it. In fact, I'll take credit. If you keep it. I choose to forego the prize for a cash out. It's like when you win a car in a game show. But you don't want to pay taxes on it, so you just take the cash prize. Ow. I'm sure you're enjoying me mashing my button like right next to the microphone as well. The sound of that is probably wonderful. Bimmy and Jimmy. Or something. I don't remember what their names are. Lance and Rico or something, I don't know. Legally distinct Arnie Stallone knockoffs. Arnold Stallone. Eh. Okay, so I have to keep, for the second, like, base level, I have to keep a spreader. Because the boss is hard to hit otherwise. Bill, Riser, and Lance Bean. I feel like Riser is a much cooler action hero name than Bean. Maybe that's why he goes by Lance, cause he's called Bean. He got bullied by being called Mr. Bean at school. He doesn't use that name anymore. Oh crap! Ooh. Mhm. Pew 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 pew. I like how their little guns barely even reach out the front of their walls. It's kind of limp little pea shooters. Mhm. Heal. Ah. Can I go back? No. Oh well. I can't imagine multiple R's actually do anything anyway. Super. Also, I need to remember that lying down in these levels is oh! Ooh, 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 ooh. No! God damn it. Is probably the most efficient way of doing anything. Dodging is just not worth it. Because the bullets, they can't actually reach you if you're lying down. And you can also shoot those rollies while you're lying down, so really just lie down. Your favorite part of Contra? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey Shin, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, this is a pretty cool bit, isn't it? This probably blew the minds of many back in the day. Lying around is best. Yeah, boy howdy. I'm a professional liar around. I lie around in bed, I lie around on my couch, and I lie around sometimes on the floor. And I lie around many places. Okay. Ow. It's like my gun stops shooting sometimes. Or rather that I can only shoot in bursts of 3, it seems. And since I'm shooting upwards, it takes longer for the bullets to despawn, and thus I can shoot slower. Which is kind of mean, but... Yeah, I think that's what's going on. That's kind of mean. Currently lying on the floor? Yeehaw, boy. If I had, like, the energy to sweep my floor properly, I would probably also be lying on my floor. But currently it's like, full of cat hair. So I don't wanna... and dog hair and whatnot. Miscellaneous animal bits. But it's nice and cool as compared to, like, the really not nice and not cool air that's currently taking up the space in my room. I don't like the air. It's stuffy and warm. And opening the windows doesn't help because it's stuffy and warm outside too. It's just all the way. And I can't keep my windows open for too long because the animals try to escape. Well, Kiki does. Kiki tries to escape through the window sometimes. And I can't have that happening. I don't like that idea. Like she's gotten outside a couple of times and came back, but still, it's always scary when that happens. Skills. You'll find that there is no skills here, Shin. I am still like struggling with the first levels. There is no skills to be found. Hey. Big stretch. Bararara. Bueno. All right. Pew 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 pew. Ow, crap! I thought this. I stood up just a bit too early. Ugh, that's annoying. Oh. Oh, that's something. Oh. Your friend tried to buy you Castlevania? Huh. Which one? Like, the first one? or the new collection that came out? Because that one looks nice. Although it's kind of funny how Konami seems to be dead set on releasing every Castlevania on modern consoles except Symphony of the Night. Like, why not? What's wrong with Symphony of the Night? Did they lose the source code or something? Why aren't they releasing Symphony of the Night on anything? One. Okay, well it's in the Castlevania collection, so you can do that. You know, he can torment you with Castlevania. Go punch him for trying that, but you know. But it's possible. It's in timeout. Wait, what's in timeout? The Castlevania? Oh, you mean like Symphony of the Night? Okay, I'll use the flamer for a bit. It's probably better than the laser. Like it's got more. It's easier to use. It's wider. It shoots wider shots for one. Oh, come on. Yeah. Although it does seem to have a tendency of missing the enemy. Because it's doing a little spinny thing. Which isn't great, but eh. This is where we barbecue our enemies. Yeah, fire bridge, you know. A classic defensive fortification and placement, even. And the bridge on fire. Keeping in line with medieval traditions of slathering the enemy in hot tar poured from your walls. You know, it's the same, really. What was that? Is that a machine gun up there? I don't remember. Yeah. Yep, machine gun. Don't want machine gun. Okay, let's... We should do good. This one boss is not too hard, especially with a spread gun. They do look like football players. They do, don't they? They really, really do. Blah. Blah. And this is where all the retired football players go with their head traumas. They send them into the jungle. That's why they don't question the evil villain's motives, because their head trauma doesn't let them think. Lore, it's lore. And there's dead children somewhere as well. It's always dead children. Kill. 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 But that's just a theory. Yes, a movie theory. I want to play FNAF just to laugh at it, but I also don't want to see all the children come into my stream. Going, but the bite of 87 or whatever the hell they keep saying. Pew 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 pew. And explain the in-depth lore, yes. I can't imagine the guy who made FNAF actually had any lore in mind when he made the first game, because he just made, like... He had models of creepy animatronics, but I don't think he intended to make a horror game out of them in the first place. I think that came afterwards or something. Wasn't it something like that? Like, people told him how weird his animatronics looks, and they're like, and it's like, okay, I'll make a horror game. I almost feel like doing that mini, yeah. It's like, you mention any bit of FNAF lore to me in my chat while I'm streaming FNAF, and I'm gonna whip you. You're gonna get whipped. You're gonna feel the pain. Oh my god, look at these things. They're like... these are some long-lived projectiles they're shooting. God damn. You don't usually expect that. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can do the thing. I can do the thing. Whoa. Yo. And then we slide up a firefighter pole for some reason. Snowfield, stage 5. Well. Yo. Ow. I like some dudes just throwing grenades out from the woods at me. Pew, pew. Ooh, that guy's got a gun. That's crazy. Pew, pew. Boo, apple cringe butt. Oh my god, so scary. Whoa. Machine gun. Ah, crap. Ooh, ow. I got confused. I like how they have gun emplacements that they can't actually aim. These are actually just worse than their turrets. Why did they put these here? Did they run out of money for actual guns? It's like, okay, we have this gun that only shoots forwards. Good luck. Ow. Just don't stop. Moving, schmoving. Ow. Game over. Oh. Death. Behind every corner. Ow. Come on. I like how you touch the residual explosion and you still die. Oh no. Well. It's part of the downsizing plan, sure. You have a gun with a shield and everything, but it's the crappy gun. We're getting rid of old equipment. Ah, come on. Well, we're making progress. We're getting somewhere. Ugh. Oh, this heat certainly isn't helping. Stay perfectly clear-minded. My brain is... Oh! Oof. My brain's a bit slow. What? The sun was moved over to this side of the house. Oh no! See, my windows face south, so every time the sun comes around, half the day is just it being in my windows. It's not the best. Tut. It's not the best. The cats sure love it though when they have to sunbathe. And the cats love it. You know, this here bedroom is... I mean, I suppose the sun is not out in the evenings, but I suppose there's at least a chance for it to cool off, huh? Oh no! Ooh! Ho! I have to remember that crouching is like an actually viable strategy to dodge bullets here. Also, less stopping. You gotta just run and gun, you know. The more you stop, the more chances there are to get shot. Because the enemies won't stop coming. And they can't stop coming, they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming. And they won't stop coming, they won't stop coming, they won't stop coming. They even hit the ground running. They do. Boy, howdy do they hit the ground. Oh. Now look at... As part of their downsizing, they didn't actually include any, like, gun components in those guns. It's just dudes pushing out bullets with their fists. That's why they're so limp looking. They just kind of fall to the ground with the force of a guy pushing it. It's punching. Maybe they have like a bicycle pump to pressurize it beforehand. Alright. Pew. Oh. No, not the flamer. I don't want that. Come on. Okay. Pew. Okay. Okay. So this guy is just completely trivial if you have a spread gun, basically. I say that as I'm probably gonna like almost die to him, but... And then the next guy, also kind of trivial if you have a spread gun. It's like everything's easier when you have the best gun in the game, huh?
You didn't give up.
I didn't give up, no. I did it. I shot the one guy out of the many guys.
You beat that challenge.
That one challenge, That guy is beaten. Okay, so now I would like to get through this level without dying, but that's still not quite in the cards for me today, I think. Pew. Ow, come on. There you go, see. That's what I'm talking about. It's not meant to be. B. Oh, come on, my B. I want that B. Oh, come on. That's gone to waste. I feel like the invulnerability should carry over into falling down pits, and it just bounces you back up or something. Of course I fell for that stupid pit again. I have to not die on that one area, because that's gonna happen all the time. Yeah. I can't imagine my stream is gonna be super long today, just because of the heat. Also, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna turn off VOD splitting because there's not really any reason to split this kind of stream. I don't think there's much reason to do that, is there? You can have the entire thing. Actually, I think I didn't turn off this. I didn't turn off properly. There you go. I'll just leave it as is. Ow, come on. Well, I was distracted. Why am I still crying my sexy tears? Why indeed? I don't know. I don't know. It has reduced me to sexy tears, has it? It's just so sexy, this game, that I cry. I cry all the time. Yes. You can't see me, but I'm crying. Oh, come on. Lance Bean is a classic video game sex symbol. Yep, that he is. He's a symbol of the 80s. Is there even such a thing as a sex symbol these days? Like, like they'd go like this, and this guy is a sex symbol, but like, is there somebody like that now? I feel like that's like a thing of like the past. I can't. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Well. Oh, come on. Okay, I suppose I'll take the flamer. There's a spreader right there anyway. I suppose I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't remember who was the sex symbols back when there were sex symbols, but I haven't heard that term used in a while. But maybe it's because they say skibbity gats or something instead of sex symbols. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they say. And that's an instant turn off. It's fine. Yeah, but maybe it's for the best. It's for the best. My ear is itchy. Ow. Ow. Oh. Okay. How do we do this? We jump to point it up a little. Alright. Come on. Or not. Ooh. Okay, this is actually faster. This is a better way of doing it. Pew, 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 pew. Ah. I keep lowering my controller and leaning back like to play, but then I get too focused and my controller goes back up to my face and I gamer lean forwards and it's like a reflex or something. Like I feel like I gotta chill out and relax. But I can't do that with my Xbox controller because that stupid thing disconnects all the time. I need to push my PC closer to my desk so that the signal is better. Or something. Put my PC on my lap. I would actually get burns from that. That thing gets so hot. Like, let me touch it right now. Okay, it's right now it's not very warm at all, I suppose, because it's not actually running anything, but like when I play some sort of intensive game or something, it's actually crazy how warm it gets. It gets warmer than my radiators during winter. It's actually comically warm. I could actually probably like fry an egg on it. I wouldn't eat it, but I could probably like at least have the whites kind of get some form of cooked on it. It's just a skill issue, yeah. It's a lab skill issue. Just put a hinge on your full tower PC with an ultra wide monitor attached, and that's a laptop, baby. You got a laptop cooking. It weighs like 60 kilograms. That's about as much as an adult, like, woman. And you can put it on the lap. On your lap and it's a laptop. Wow. Are all these sprites? I can barely see those stupid pellets that these guns are shooting. Like, why they have to make them gray? Well, the answer is probably because they couldn't have more colors on the screen, but you know, still. No, they could have definitely had more colors on the screen than this, surely. Like, it's 8-bit colors, right? It's... Or no, well, it's an 8-bit processor, but... Still. They had more than this many colors on the Nintendo. Surely. It's palette-based. Well, I suppose, yeah. They have only so many colors in the palette. And they swap out palettes, right? You can only have one palette running at a time or something like that. Yeah. I think like in later games they kind of use funky tricks to have more colors on screen, right? I suppose that's why all these levels are like themed after a single thing. Like jungle level, ice level. Yeah. It's because you can only have one palette. Wow. You can change it per frame, huh? Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah, maybe not for these games, but like there were definitely games that did that. I'm pretty sure. Like fancy tricks to overcome limited color palettes limitations. It's been a while since I've watched any videos on how they like made these old games, but it's always interesting to watch them because it's always something funky. It's all wizardry. All these old consoles, it's all magic. Make a simple game had run in an emulator a while ago. I can't imagine it's as straightforward or to code as these days. I don't know. I feel like these would be weird and arcane in some way. These old consoles. But I suppose it would be a fun challenge to just like deal with the limitations of the hardware. Not very, okay. Like it's a fun challenge to make something work on such limited resources. I didn't really want to swap out my spread gun, but it is what it is, I suppose. Ah, crap. Reasonably well documented, that's nice at least. You know, if they just put guns on this thing, it would have been indestructible. But they had to make it open its mouth so I can shoot inside of it. These guys, they're full of bad decisions, aren't they? They're full of them. Oh, come on. Crap. For the most part, okay, so this one they have like a kind of a thing where they want to prevent you from lying down all the time by throwing grenades, but most of the time they don't really throw grenades at you, just kind of toss them to the side to scare you a little bit into jumping. It kind of seems like. Ow. Hey, extra life. Now give me a new weapon. Oh, come on. I'm awful at this. Oh, B. Oh. I mean, it's something, but not exactly what I want.
You can do the thing!
I can do the thing. Yeehaw. Oh, come on, R. I don't want it. Give me something to kill things with. I don't want peaceful tools. I want violent weapons. We can just stand in the middle of here. Ah, I keep standing up too early. That's fine, it's just the first continue. Ah. Oh, come on. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. Sometimes I press to the right or to the left, like to the sides, while I'm lying down, and that makes him stand up immediately. And I think that's what I'm doing wrong here. My thumb is just too fat, and it slips to the side too often. My fat fingers. My fat man hands weren't made for these little children controls. Made for tiny little baby hands. Ow! Okay, so I need to at least wait until red guy passes by, so that I can shoot him and take his stuff. Because I need to replace this base gun. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Come on, red dude. I know there is one. Maybe not in this area, but there's gotta be. There's a red dude. Give me an F. Give me an F. Give me an U. Give me a C. Give me a K. F-U-C-K-U. F-U-C-K-U. Ow, come on. Ow. Okay. I can do the thing. I can do it. Ow! Or not. Or I can do that. Eh, crap. God, I'm so damn warm. Come on. I would like a spread gun, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will take it off your hands. Nope. I suppose that guy always drops an F. You reckon I can just sit here and farm these guys for points and get extra lives? Or is it capped somehow? Given how old this game is, I would fully expect that should actually work somehow. There's no way I can actually, like, beat the boss with this laser, though, right? Because it's gonna be slow. Like the laser. Oh, you can actually hold the button. Okay. It takes a while to get to the boss, and the boss doesn't stay in one spot for too long. Sounds plausible, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really... Well, I can test it, but I don't have the brain power right now to care. You know? Oh, I was hoping that guy would still drop something, but apparently not. Oh, come on! Why gotta do me like this? Oh, extra life, nice. Huh. I did earn an extra life pretty fast though, so it's entirely possible to just keep getting score from those guys and earn points. Okay, this is my last continue, I believe, so this is gonna not go well either way, but I can at the very least practice. That's the way you do it. Ow. Tut, 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 tut. Konami. Okay. Cha. Come on now. Focus. Activate. Ura! Nope, not focus. Okay, so that turret over there is just a liability, basically. Going for it is not worth it. It's a trap. It's a trap making you want to kill it, but it actually is harmless. Ow. I also keep doing the mistake of not stopping before I crouch, making me shoot diagonal instead of going down on the floor. What? Why'd I do that? Oh well. I can get back up. Yeah. You gotta let go of the button before you crouch. Eh. Alright. We're doing good. We got what we want. Ooh, hoo, hoo. So how would this work with 2 players and a spread gun? I don't remember, but I feel like with a sprite limit it would be kind of painful, right? Like 2 people couldn't shoot many bullets with 2 spread guns. I can't imagine. Unless they have like a reserve or something where if there's a second player they like have some sort of allowance for it. Ooh, crusty sound. Brr, 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 brr. My head hurts from the heat. Should I yes? Yeah, might just as well do. Thank you, pause button for existing. Look at this. Look at this frame. It's art. It's like an art piece of some sort. Fetal position. F. Fetal position in the dark. I mean, isn't that just fetuses? That's how they do it. They're in the dark, right? And they're in the fetal position. That's normal. You can't have a true fetal position without darkness. Oh god, that reminds me of like this. What was it? There's like a horror movie I saw. That was like that had a spooky ghost in it, and like the spooky ghost was like a fetus or something that died, or whatever, or no. There was like a line in that movie that's like okay, it's like okay, the fetus's mother, right? The baby's mother got into like a fire or something, and she was comatose. And then the baby's like in the womb still growing, right? And it's got vengeful or something. I don't remember. But like the characters at one point say, she was alone in the womb for months. And like, yeah, that's every baby. Every baby's alone in the womb for months, except twins, I suppose. But like that's like the dumbest line I've ever heard, and it's stuck in my head forever now. Alone in the womb for months. It's quite the line. I don't remember. I think it's like some sort of girl that was like born out of a like comatose mother, and then she was like bullied at school or something, and then I don't remember what the actual plot line of that movie was, but or what movie it was, but I remember that stupid line. Because it's just hilarious. Okay. There are so many terrible horror movies, it's crazy. Somehow I feel like bad horror movies and bad comedy movies are... Oh, I threw away my spreader again, god damn it. The worst movies to watch when they're bad are bad horror and bad comedy. Right, like... One's just like sad at what they try to scare you with, and the other one's sad at what they find funny. Or it's like you're just in pain the entire time. Yeah. Yeah. And there's so many bad horror movies. I think like probably more than any genre, there's so many bad horror movies, right? It's just like there's so many. Oh, I died. I got distracted. I'm gonna restart. Thinking about terrible horror movies and thinking about what kind of awful horror movies there are. Tubi like is full of them, for example. Tubi is a gold mine of trash. Like, you can find the most awful things in that on that platform. It's great. Like, anybody can seemingly put their stuff on Tubi. Like, there's like some YouTuber stuff on there for some reasons. Like some YouTuber's Minecraft playthrough or something. Any trash they could find, and then sometimes just like legit good movies in there as well. Somehow. I am convinced that Tubi like uses hate watching as an actual business strategy. They like make they get the crappiest movies they can find, and they like have a vast amount of like people who just laugh at terrible movies to watch their movies. Although a lot of them aren't even good to laugh at. A lot of them are just not good at all. Like all the, so many social media horror movies that are just plain sad. It's like Facebook, there's bad guys on social media, they social media the horror and kill. They kill. Like I think on Tubi I've seen multiple horror movies where the premise is there's the dark web bad guys, they pay money to bad things, and you got into the dark web bad things and now you're in trouble. Now you're in trouble, you messed up. That's like so many of them. And then there's like urban legend horror movies, and then there's creepypasta horror movies. All sorts of stuff. Found footage is a popular one, and it's always terrible. For some reason, every single almost found footage movie, almost, has a cast that like hates each other's guts. Like, it's like a bunch of friends or something, they go on an adventure into spooky places, but they always hate each other. They argue so much for some reason. It's like, why? Why are you all friends? Why are you going to this horrible place with people you hate? But a lot of those found footage movies are like that for some reason. Extended family reunions. I mean, I'd watch a found footage movie on a family reunion. if it goes bad, at least. It's such a bizarre dynamic, yeah. And like they argue even before things go bad. Like I would understand if it was like, okay, things are going wrong, people are like getting hurt or dying, and everyone's on edge and like fighting again amongst each other, right? Because they don't know how to deal with it. But then no, they like argue while still in the car to go to the spooky place. God, this boss is annoying without the spread gun. Ow, come on. Found footage family reunion, yeah. That could be fun. Family reunion, but like one of the family members is like wrong. Starts keeping the appearance. Yeah, that's that's like a more reasonable like explanation for why they get into fights, right? But then they're like portrayed oftentimes as like friends. It's like a bunch of friends doing things together. Whoa, they're such good friends. And then when they just start fighting the moment anything happens. It's like, yo, you took the wrong turn. The directions were wrong. You suck. I'm breaking up with you. I'm breaking off the friendship. But yeah, family obligation, yeah, everyone's like, this family, we gotta go. Last inheritance discussion, ooh, that doesn't sound fun at all. Hey, Archcreed, how you doing? Talking about things that happened 20 years ago, yeah. Hey, remember that one bad thing that happened to a kid 20 years ago? We're all really broken up about it still. I feel like that's a thing, a common trope in horror movies. Like something bad happens like a million years ago, and everyone's still affected by it. Everyone's still thinking about it all the time. Ow! Come on. I'm really not getting anywhere in this game, huh? But that's okay. Unlike Castlevania, this game isn't currently infuriating me. It's just hard, but it's not like a jerk about it, I feel like. Not so far, at least. I'm sure there's gonna be like the worst things ever later on, but right now, at least it's fine. Oh, come on. That guy popped out of nowhere. I know he was there, but, you know, he could have at least, like, give me some slack there. Man, come on. I'm not gonna tell on you if you slack off a little bit, you know. It's okay. Ow. I keep standing up too early. About that, well, but like, oftentimes in horror they like base their entire everything about that one thing. Not like occasionally think about it. It's like their entire personalities and relationships are based on like some trauma they experienced in like 2nd grade or something. Or they saw like a naked man in the woods or something. And not like, remember that thing that happened? That was pretty freaky, huh? Oh, I can still get the spread gun. Ura. Yeah. What looked like a headless boar. That sounds metal as hell, dude. It probably wasn't what you think it was, but that sounds awesome. But also horrifying. It's great. MC's parent dies, choose something. Yeah, that's a classic. Like, and then they're like the biggest expert on the thing because they got traumatized by the thing in their childhood. That's a classic. The fact that obliterated the tree trunk in one hit without stopping. Yeah, I don't think that was a boar. Like, boars are pretty huge, but that seems... Unless the tree trunk was, like, really old, I suppose, and rotten. Maybe. But it probably wasn't headless. I can't imagine a boar has the capacity to just run around without a head on. Meow. The woods are scary, but they don't have headless boars in them, that's for sure. They're scary because you don't know what's in them, not because of things that are actually in them. I feel like a lot of horror kind of misses that point as well. They take a thing that uses the fear of the unknown. At least like modern horror with all the like with horror being popular with children these days. Like they take a thing that's scary because of the unknown and then they add spooky monsters to it. The backrooms, yeah. It's like you never know, there might be something lurking. And now there's like, ooga booga, it's a guy. He smiles at you and he eats your face. Okay. I mean, the over-explanation of things is a long tradition in horror. In successful horror, at least. Like, every single, like, successful horror movie has gotten, like, 50 different sequels explaining every single aspect of the lore. It's like, come on. It's like a tradition with horror, just making it bad. Eventually. Well, you say makeup, but they use CGI more than makeup these days. Makeup can be fine, like really good practical makeup and stuff, you know, this can be good. They've always done that. Like all the slasher flicks are just dudes in makeup, aren't they? It's just like practical effects, yeah, do looks really nice though, like The Thing and The Fly and whatnot. I do wish they use more practical effects like that, yeah. But back to my point of explaining things, like stuff like Hellraiser, for example. Like the first movie is like, okay, there's this cube, mysterious cube that summons what might be hell demons from hell to like torment you for pleasure. But then, like, you don't really know what's up with them. But then in the sequel, it's just like, okay, well, some guy in like the 1500s made this thing, in like the fairly relative recent past, and then all the Cenobites are just guys. It's just some dude who kind of died. It's like, okay, well, that's not fun at all. That's not very interesting. That's just some guy. Like a timeless demon guy from like beyond time and understanding coming out to torment you is way more interesting than just some guy. And yet they decided to just make him some guy, you know? Like, why? Like at least if you're gonna make the like it's be like made by people, at least make it so that it's older than like 500 years old or something, because that's not very old at all. Yeah, right. This is going okay. Not the best, but okay. Because if I say it's good, it's gonna go bad. It's okay. Hmm.
Yeah, you can do it.
I can do it. Yeehaw.
You can do the thing.
I can do the thing. It can't be done. Let me hydrate. Mm-hmm. Ah. So this level kind of cheats a little bit in that in the first like base level, those rolly things that come out of the ground, they come out of like holes in the walls, but then later on they just kind of pop out of nowhere. Which is like, you don't expect them at first, you know? And then it throws them at you. It's a filthy, filthy liar. It's a deceiver. Spawn of Lucifer. You sit on a throne of lies. I don't want a flamer. Hey, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. I think in the arcade version from when I played, not you like have some sort of navigation as well, and just like you have a you like can go sideways into different paths as well. So it's like more complicated than what you get here, but also probably more annoying. Okay. Check me out. Look how easy this is with a spread gun. Like, because you can actually hit those stupid orbs without having to aim. Most of the time, at least. There you go. There's a reason why the spread gun is the iconic weapon of Contra.
I knew you had it in you.
Cause it's like the best gun. It's like the only really viable gun you have. Ow. Well, there goes my gun. Okay, it seems like I can go past 4 lives. It's just that the meter doesn't go that high. Which makes sense, because the Konami code gives you like 30, but still. Ow! Okay, so this is still my first continue, so this is pretty good. Ow! Come on! No! What the... Is there like stick drift? Why does my guy just run off sometimes? I think it's just my fat fingers, though. I think I'm just fat fingering this. Oh hey, another extra life. This game is very generous with extra lives. What? What you lip-syncing for? Whoa! Whoa. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, I think this is the boss. Okay, this is the bulldozer. Okay. Or like a gun. Okay, it's it can kind of. Oh no! You think it'll? What the hell am I supposed to do here? Okay, just leaves. What the hell? All right. And there's another one. I suppose you just have to kill it fast enough? Before it hits you? Oh! Well, that's nonsense. If you don't have a better gun, you more of a button masher test, yeah. And you have to not delay by trying to position yourself better, and just have to hope that you standing in the right place. Otherwise, you waste your time and you can't mash fast enough. Almost worth turning on this turbo mode for shooting just to make it easier. I feel like, because it's a bit rude. Ow. It's like using this turbo mode from my guns is probably so much easier for this game. Like, look how fast I can shoot with this thing. Ow. Okay, let's not demonstrate shooting mechanics while I'm trying to play the game. But I think that turbo mode just emulates like the turbo button on the like fancy controllers. It's not actually a game mechanic. Ow. Now. Crap. Ah. This is a terrible place. Get out of here. See, the moment I hit an unfamiliar level, I lose all my dang hit points immediately. All my lives go poof immediately. Ow! Now that's how these games just go, huh? You just keep going until you know every nook and cranny of the game, and that's how you win. Who said video games don't teach kids anything? These games teach kids memory skills. Oh god. Them's old games. And they teach kids to remember things better. Okay. Oh, come on. I don't much like the D-pad on the Switch Pro controller. It's kind of squishy. Like, it's easy to press both down and like a direction at the same time. But then I don't like the Joy-Cons either because they're so damn small. The buttons on those are tiny, made for baby hands. Little baby fingers. You'd think Nintendo would figure out how to make controllers by now, but apparently they just can't. It's too damn difficult for them. I'm just gonna leave. Oh, ooh. Nope. I love how the trees in this level are just like that. Look, it's just like alternating two colors basically. It's jungle trees. It's jungle trees, man. You had to work with what you had back then to make art, I suppose. All the budget for pixels was spent on the rocks. I think going from the start is how I like to do it. Unless it's annoying like Castlevania. But no, I'm not one to like practice off stream. I want to have the pure experience, you know. Make sure that means I'll be playing the early levels more often, but I'll beat it eventually, just like I beat Contra Hardcore. I can beat this too. I'm getting further and further as I go along, after all, so I'm getting a little better. You know? A true gamer, except when it's Castlevania, apparently. But in Castlevania didn't actually make you start over after I continue did it. And it also crashed on me. So, it doesn't deserve to be respected. And then there's Contra games on this collection that I haven't really ever played. Like, other than just kind of trying them out to check what they are all about in this collection. Like, Super Contra and Contra 3, the Alien Wars, I pretty much never played, I believe. Like, not in my youth at least, or ever. Just like checking them out for a single level or so. And that's about it, so those are gonna be fun. Pew 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 pew. God. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. See, the neat part about playing on original hardware is there's no temptation to saves come with save states as well. Like, even if I don't like save states, like, it's always there, the temptation to, like, what if I just do it, you know? But then there's games like Lifeline that I would have actually probably gone insane if I tried to play without save states at some point. Because I believe I resorted to those at some point for that game, right? I don't remember. I might have. Or did I? Maybe not. Actually, no, not to think about it. For Lifeline, I might not have. That's why I went insane. But like, just to speed up like boss runs and stuff, save states are nice. Even if it's just a cutscene that's unskippable, like in Parasite Eve or something, save states are nice. For skipping cutscenes, it's really nice, save states, yeah. Or like Parasite Eve 2, where the entire fight just sucked balls. The final boss was so bad in that one. It's kind of funny how, like, Parasite Eve was written by a different guy from the first one. Right? From Parasite Eve 2, I mean. And, the guy who wrote that wrote Resident Evil, I think. Or at least some of it. And, of course, it's got, like... You go into a normal-looking area to fight the zombie bad guys, and there's a secret lab underneath. Just like Resident Evil, it's like that's all that guy knows or something. And like, Parasite Eve 2 was fine, up until the lab area. And then the lab just kinda sucks. Speed was used in Lifeline. Yeah, I used speed ups a lot in those emulated games. Like Parasite Eve 2 as well, and the first one actually. Just to speed up through the slow bits. Where like I'm not actually doing anything, I'm just running and wasting time. Like speeding through those things I think is perfectly fine. Cause like it's just a waste of time. Like an unskippable long cutscene and stuff. Speeding through that, just very slow running when nothing's happening. Like those are nice perks of emulation. Sometimes. Sure, you know, make some of that scuff of those old games a little bit more tolerable. Like there's a balance you can have there, I feel like. Dodging and countering the tank controls is miserable in that game because the controls are ass. It's great when like the enemies don't have the same movement constraints you do. So it's just terrible. Speaking of horror games, so I wonder what kind of horror games do I want to play. I really gotta get around to Resident Evil Code Veronica. I think. There's one more Fatal Frame game I can emulate. There's a couple more PlayStation horror games I have in mind. Like some PS1 horror games that are probably awful. Some PS2 horror games I have in mind. Some PC games. I might do another playthrough of Signalis now that I think about it. See if I can get a different ending. No, I really tried dodging in Parasite. He just sucks ass really badly. I wasn't actually face tanking anything in Parasite Eve. I actually tried dodging. It just shit. The game just sucks massive balls. Like I never once tried face tanking Parasite Eve. It's just it controls so bad. I feel like everybody who says that tank controls are there for like the tension or the horror factor are just coping, really. It's just cope. It's not. It's just bad game design. It makes zero sense in any context. They really weren't though. Like there was no reason. They knew how to do controls in 3D while they were still doing tank controls. They were doing it just because the other game was doing it. Like by the time Parasite Eve came out, they knew 3D controls. They knew how to do it. Resident Evil had an excuse kinda because they didn't really know. But then later on, there was no excuse for it. It's just terrible design. It doesn't make any sense. Like past Resident Evil 1, there was no excuse for it. Like, I suppose just for Resident Evil 2 and 3, they could have gone just like, ah, well, that's how the game's controlled. That's why we have them. But like anybody else, I don't think so. Like, it's just bad. It's so bad. Yeah. Like, when did that Resident Evil 1 come out? Like, 1996? And they basically just copied Alone in the Dark stand controls. Yeah, it's a product of forever, yeah. And like, even then, Parasite Eve 1 didn't have it as much of a problem with the tank controls, because, okay, it was still kind of bad, the tank controls, but at least the enemies also moved just as kind of clunkily and slow as you for the most part. So you could avoid the enemies with the controls, and like your abilities paused the game, so you didn't have to like always like juggle using abilities while also dodging and shooting. So the entire game was like, same with Resident Evil, really. The enemies in Resident Evil move with the same rules you do, so you can avoid them with the same rules. But then the ones in Parasite Eve 2 would just move all over the place. Eh. Brr, brr. Brr, brr. I feel like if they're gonna make like a character control bad in a game, they have to actually make that character have an explanation for why they move like that. Like, if they're gonna control like a geriatric in a wheelchair, they better be a geriatric in a wheelchair, you know? Because that's what tank controls feel like. Ethan from Heavy Rain. It's, I mean, it's my headcanon that he's actually brain damaged, sure. Wait, no, he was in an accident, right? At least before... wait, when did he get into the accident? Did he get in an accident before Jason got killed? I don't remember. Or was that just my headcanon? He was just doing rehab, yes. I don't remember anymore. My trouble with the controls got mixed together with whatever happens in the game. How to grab a cup? Yeah. Well, he did get hit by a car when Jason got run over, but he had problems before that. But David Cage's games are just such a silly attempt at like him making movies. It's funny. It's like he doesn't want to make video games. It's just like he just wants to make movies, that guy. But he can't for some reason, and so he pretends to make interactive experiences. with his terrible ideas for control schemes that he keeps doing in every single game. And he uses like the French government's taxes or something, tax incentives, funding or whatever to do it. It's like a bowl of video games almost. Like, he just makes CGI movies and that's it. Like, choose your own adventures, you know. Or do FMV movies. But then he couldn't, like, put in nude representations of actors without their consent in his games, I suppose. Or he could with the power of AI. My god. I feel like David Cage would absolutely use AI to make his video games. Because it's like revolutionary or something. Is gonna be revolutionary and make every character voiced by a real person somehow sound like they're voiced by AI. Just like he made all those Americans sound weirdly French somehow. Stage 4, base 2. Ah, crap. It's all going wrong. I should be getting another life soon enough though, so as long as don't die again. What's with these frog leaping dudes anyway? Why are they moving like this? Yo, give me a weapon. F. Yeah. It's something. They're all green as well. They all failed at the Frogger tryouts. They didn't have the man teeth for the Frogger role. Loveland frogmen. Each and every one of them. Oh, come on. This flamethrower is so unreliable. Like, you have to stand to the side of something you're shooting with a flamethrower for some reason. I never understood the point of these wavy weapons like this. Like, they never really have any sort of tactical benefit, do they? They just kind of make it annoying to shoot them. Because whenever you shoot, you usually want to shoot something that's right in front of you. Or like right above you, but if it's wavy like that, you can't hit anything. I suppose just to make it stand out from the other weapons, they make it act like that, but they could have at least given it a bigger hitbox so it's not so easy to miss everything with it. F. Oh, come on. You fools. How dare you. Ow. I couldn't kill that guy fast enough. I'm gonna die so bad. Ow, oh. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, come on. Oh. Kill. My god, it's hard to aim at these orbs. And you have to aim at the orbs, but you also have to stand in the right place to shoot these stupid bosses. It's not easy with a default gun. Ow. That's fine. This is my first continue. I never like shooting diagonally in any of these side-scroller run-and-gun games. No contest at all, no. Like, you don't have to aim with these awkward aiming controls, huh? Like, the worst thing about shooting diagonally is that you have to actually keep moving while you shoot. You can't stand still and shoot diagonally. You have to move. While the enemies, they can't stand still and shoot diagonally. So it's a bit of a lopsided thing here. My favorite thing in games is when the enemies play by the exact same roles as you do. L. Take the L. And that's not sarcasm, that's exactly what I like. All right. Oh, come on. Honestly, just kill me. I don't wanna end up like fighting the boss with a base gun again. It's terrible. Oh, this is a really bad spot to be. Ooh. Oh. Come on now. Daddy-o. I need to play through Total Distortion to pick up slang to use. Old 90s slang. Like, no, Daddy-o's like older than the 90s, but you know what I mean. That's like beatnik language. But, I gotta bring it back for when I grow big and strong on Twitch, so that I may teach the children the language of the ancients. It's truly the cat's pajamas. Is that a saying? I mean, I know bee's knees, but I suppose that's like the same kind of nonsense statement. Words of the wisest elders, yes. Yes. The beatniks, truly the wisest elders of the land. Ow, god damn it. Where's the red guy? I need a red guy. No out of candy, oh no! I think I run out of... Yeah, I ate all my chocolate and my cookies already. I got none anymore. Yo, red guy. Where's the red guy? Ow, crap. Red guy! No, frogman! Ow. Pretty much like bee's knees, yeah. I think this is my last continue. I think it might be my last run anyway, because I'm not, like, full of energy today at all. Like, I slept well enough and stuff, but the heat and just... Maybe I'm still not recovered from the cold or something, I don't know. Like, yesterday, I think the sheer joy of Ghost Trick carried me a lot. And the vast amounts of caffeine, which I don't have today, because I drank all my energy drinks yesterday. But after I logged off the stream yesterday, I pretty much crashed immediately. So I feel like that's probably gonna happen after this stream too. Because I'm so dang tired. It's an exhausted week, kind of, I feel like. I've been doing very short streams this week. Like, only 2 hours for Wonder Project. I wanted to play that game more, because I was just getting into the hang of it, but I was just too damn tired. The 2 new characters are fun. Nice. Nice, good to know. So, other than the bugginess, like, the DLC is fine, right? Like, the people receiving the features fine. The content is okay, just it's really buggy. Or it was buggy before they fixed it. Like, the main complaint was the fact that they locked the FPS to the game logic, right? It's not as good. Yeah, that's what I've heard so far, yeah. But yeah, Survivors of the Void was really good, so, you know. I suppose it's hard to actually, like, live up to, but still. More content is nice. Ow, come on. Accidentally unlocked weird characters. Nice. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. That's gonna happen sometimes. Crap. Ah. Yeah, I think this might just have to do it for now, cause I'm tired. I'm tired, as they say. Hi. Very short streams this week. Is not like the most energetic week, I suppose, like, but sometimes it's just gotta be this way. Hopefully once September properly rolls in, the heat is gonna die down and I can stream more, yes. But yes, I gotta do what I gotta do. No sense in forcing myself. You shitting good? Oh, okay, so I need to do that better then. I need to like have more fiber in my diet or something so I can poop better, and that's gonna help me recover. Is it? It's better short streams than ruining my health. Yeah. Well, even if it doesn't ruin my health, if I feel miserable while streaming, that's kind of not great, is it? That just makes me not enjoy streaming then, which defeats the whole point of streaming. Patient Oracle confidentiality is broken. Well, you know, that's just how it is with these oracles. They're a bunch of charlatans. The lot of them. Although my oracle seems to be at least semi-competent. It gave good advice yesterday. It good advice right now. I gotta go poop better, I suppose. Maybe that's what he means. You gotta eat good to poop good, and that's how I recover better, by eating better. Eat lots of nutritious food, he's telling me. Wow. This is why I pay him the big bucks. But yeah, see, Contra's nice. Contra's hard, but it's nice, somehow. It's not as miserable as Castlevania was. It kicks my ass just as much as Castlevania, but it's not as miserable. And, oh my god. Isn't slug meal healthy enough? I haven't been making slug meal recently because I've been like really low energy. I've just been like, just kind of eating faster food like sausages and eggs. That's been my diet for a while now. Eggs, yeah. You know how they say you have to like eat, what, 2 eggs per day? Otherwise it's unhealthy. I eat like more than that. I eat unhealthy amounts of eggs. Yeah. They're just so fast to make, you know. You toss an egg in a pan for like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and it's done. You got the egg. You got the egg done. Okay. So I'm gonna toss you at the raid target now. Okay. I have a suggestion. Codename 3Co here, playing Devil May Cry. I'm going to rest myself. Everybody grab your lines, grab your You Are Awesomes and Pretty Rads. I'm gonna go lie down and rest or something. Put a slice of bread in the toaster. Yeah, it's nice. Put some egg on it. Yeah. I like mine sunny side up. You take the bread, you scoop up the yolk. It's good. It's good. Yes. And eggs have the benefit of like not having much flavor if you can spice them a lot and like have them taste just as you want. It's wonderful. Yeah. But I don't think I'll be eating much today. I ate a frozen pizza earlier, but that's about it. But I'm not very hungry. So maybe I'll just go lie down or something. Anyway, that just about covers everything on my brain, I suppose. I'll be back tomorrow with Mini and Minecraft, as we've been doing every Saturday for a while now. And that's gonna be another low energy stream. It's a very low energy week. It's fine. It's wonderful. Bye, goodbye, bye.